Hello again, it's Priscilla Badsell in Spring Hill, Florida. This is a still wrapped 12 by 12 inch canvas, and I made some leaves the other day as a trial and peeled them off afterwards. When I did them, I didn't think they were good, and I liked them when they were dry. They're very shimmery and beautiful. They're all made with Colour Arte, Prizm pours, and Primary Elements, and that's our whole goal in the end. But for right now, I've got this assumably 18 by 20, I don't know, I'd have to take a measuring tape to it. The size will be in the description under the video. Anyway, so Leslie Olmsted, the owner of Colour Arte, who I'm an affiliate with, has mentioned how good it looks to have interference colors on a background. This is Baltic Amber. That was some more Meeden Black, my acrylic, my go-to. This is a canvas that's been hanging around the studio, and it's a little bead on. I want a background layer, and anywhere that I see that the black paint is thin, I'll do that. I'm going to put a little bit of French silk. No, that's Chantilly lace. I don't want Chantilly lace. I want French silk. And there it is. Good for me. It's a little bit clogged, but... So I figure in a moment we'll both find out together for the first time what interference gold will look like on black. Because that's interference gold. That's a Prizm Pour. Excuse me. That's a primary element. I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to use my spatula. I'm going to throw a little bit of interference violet in there too, because I can. The same name as my first book, next to my second book, on the Amazon link, on the link tree, underneath show more, underneath the video. It's all sort of a guesstimate. I'm not sure what that black is going to do, but I do need to somewhat cover the whole canvas. So I'll grab an oxo omelet turning flip and fold spatula. Get a couple of bottles out of my way. Can't really do much of that. I'd like to be able to swivel the canvas around somewhat better than I allowed myself. Let's go. And wander all over the place. Might be really cool. I bet it will be. We won't see most of it because I'm going to try and put leaves over the top of it. Which reminds me, get ready for the blow dryer, because that's what I use to make my leaves. And anywhere I have a little bit of extra paint left on my spatula, I'm going to just hit the spots that don't have anything on them. If I need a little more, I'll try and do something about that. I think a little tiny bit more Baltic Amber would serve my purposes. Right here, right there, and right here. I really like how the purple interference looks though. Violet interference. Look for the 20% off coupon code underneath the video for Colour Arte products. I'm an affiliate, so if you shop there, you help me out, and I really appreciate it. I want it to be kind of vague, although I like it. I kind of feel like climbing up on my stool and seeing what it looks like if I have all of it in the camera monitor or not. But I'll give myself a moment. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. So let's just put that in the bucket, the Oxo Omelet Turning Flip and Fold spatula, and try and do a leaf. I've got some pixie dust, which is a primary element, and I'm going to give myself a nice little dollop of that, and a little bit of Tuscan Sun, which is a Prizm Pour, and some sour lemon with some orange in it, which is Prizm Pour. and a little bit of that Baltic Amber over to one side, and a little surprise element, a little Marooned from the new collections, Deserted Island and Tropical Waters. We'll see how it works. I kind of feel like I might want some green. All right, here goes Noisy. And I think the major trick I have discovered with the leaves is that even if they're not perfectly leaf shaped, you can imagine them to be leaf shapes after having blown in the wind or whatever. I'm going to drag a vein down the middle. And there's my first leaf. That top area is a little fat. And now I'm going to go a lot more orange, I think. There's the Baltic Amber again. Here's some Orange Crush. I have a deep crimson, which is gorgeous, from that new collection. What did I say? Tropical Waters and Deserted Island. I'm beginning to remember. That's good. I'm going to use a little plum blossom in there, as odd as it seems. And maybe, fall autumn leaves are a little odd combinations, and they always kind of surprise me that they work. That's some poinsettia. And I think I'm going to go with that. Nope, I'm going to give myself a dot of green, or several, and that just might be surprising, or it might not. There is Floetrol, excuse me, there is GAC 800 in all of my mixtures. I'm going to use the somewhat paintballed sharper end, and I'm going to steal a little paint here, because the difference between leaves looking like feathers and not is if they have the little part that attaches to the leaf on the end. And I got to remember to either grab some of it in advance next time I do a leaf, when I put my puddle down, or be ready to leave a little bit more. And you can certainly do what I'm doing, which is to make some adjustments with a skewer to the edges if you want. And if you think I know what I'm doing, I'm guessing every time. So here's some more French silk. Please open for me. That's not very open. I'm going to try a little bit of the Fandango. I'm going to go for weird colors. Plum Blossom from the Frosted Sorbets collection. I have Golden Poppy. I think I'm going to use Honeysuckle instead. And what am I going to use? I have a Carnival. Carnival is a primary element. And that white around the edge was freaking me out. Now, I do have a little Princeton Artful Catalyst spatula, and I'm not sure how that's going to work if I intend to herd some paint, but I'm going to do it anyway. and then use the excess. That kind of worked. So you don't need a skewer. I'm going to use my extra paint down here. Throw a couple veins in there. I think it's the odd shapes that make them work, to tell you the truth. I've got 5 minutes left. I can get a few more leaves done. I am not going to try and finish this for you. I am definitely going to go as far as I possibly can, but I'm not going to try and finish. I just had some Saffron is the new color that Leslie made in my honor because I was mixing Big Apple and Orange Crush to make a very fiery red, which is what this Saffron color is. Let's just be conventional for a minute. That was the sour lemon with orange in it. That was the Saffron. This is the Tuscan Sun. I'm going to throw a little bit of Tiger Lily. I think it's from the Frosted Sorbets in there. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of Wintergreen. I don't know. Every time I do it, it's a new experiment. And some Fandango. And the puddles get bigger as I get more brazen. I'm going to try and remember this time. See what happens. Because I've never pulled a stem out in advance. But I'm going to do it once. See how I like it. My blow dryer is got a cold button setting. If you go around the edge to drag your paint out, you might want to go back and dab in those areas. Kind of like the black canvas underneath. Yeah, so far so good. One more and I'll have at least an odd number. I'm probably gonna, I'll try and make a part 2 because I don't think I can possibly finish. That's a little more French silk. I'm gonna start with the maroon this time. Use some of the wintergreen. I don't think they have to be realistic. I'm kind of trying for realistic because my other ones were mostly fantasy. There's the Fandango. This is for all intents and purposes the Saffron. And I'm going to add a little bit of Indian Spice Gold, even though leaves are not gold. And I think I didn't mind how the last one worked out. I know the stems aren't necessarily colorful like I'm making the leaves, but oh well. I do see that. It's kind of bugging me. Not going to promise that the lines will stay, but I kind of like it when they do. I'm not sure I like it as much when there's just a big gap like that. Alright, here goes nothing again. I think I'm going to be using the marooned again. That was really nice beginning. guess it was good I had a trial run yesterday because I trust myself a little bit more. That's kind of a fat stem, but I think we can work with it. There we go. Be good if I want to swivel my turntable. So that's not bad. So far so good, I guess. I'm going to go over here. Hopefully you can see that. No sweater fuzz allowed. And I'm going to do that. Well, I did the maroon. Let's do the deep crimson and see how that works. I'm going to try some of this golden poppy. I've got 3 minutes left. And if I can work and talk, then we'll be golden. And if I can't, that's just the way it goes. I'm going to use some, that was golden poppy, that was a primary element. This is plum blossom, another primary element. And I really liked how that green worked out. I don't always love green, but I definitely like how that worked out. One more blow. I'm not sure I count this one as the stem is working out as well as the others, but I think a little hurting will make it okay. And the background dried pretty nicely. It's surprising, you know, that they're not leaf shaped, they're kind of boxy, but they still work. The other thing I did yesterday, which works out nicely, is using a straw. So let me quickly do that, if I can. Lay my hands on a straw. Just to help shape my edges. Oh, that got really fat. Okay, well, it's a fantasy bunch of leaves. You're going to have to forgive me. How did I like the deep crimson? I like the deep crimson almost as much as I like the marooned. So I'm going to do another one over here. And then I'm going to tell you guys that I love you and that there's 2,700 videos, 2,800 lists being compiled. And if you want to check them out, you can go to my channel for playlists, all playlists, created playlists. Or you can ask me because I have them organized by topic and genre. I'm still loving that green. I'm going to put a little bit of Fandango in on top of the wintergreen this time though. And I like the gold. Whoops, that was huge. Alright, I was going to use pixie dust, but I'm going to use the tiger lily that came to hand. I kind of think you can get away with combining almost anything you want. Don't need to be pointed. I don't think I made that as clear as I need to. Even if they're kind of boxy, they're just going to look like they're twisting. Alright, I got 1 minute left to tell you guys. The PayPal icon on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel will allow you to make a donation to help keep the studio rolling. A $9.99 a month charge will get you access to the members only library. I love you guys. If you check my link tree, you'll find my website, my Pinterest, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook groups. And if I get this out of here, I'm going to be able to put this... Not enough space. Just never enough space. See if I can't get that right in your viewpoint. That's interesting. Try not to judge yourself too harshly like I did yesterday. Maybe you'll like what you get. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I will be adding more leaves and I will try and make a part 2. If I don't make a part 2, if you don't see it linked under the video, it's not there. I'm going to say, what did I not say? My Amazon link is a great place to shop. I have 2 books there because I can and unlimited possibilities. And check out my Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter links on the link tree. Please